folks, Voltz Supreme here with another live action demonstration of dynamic music in video games. Today I'll be showing y'all how to use my dynamic track, The Hunt, from the music pack, Western Music, which y'all can get from Unity and Unreal Asset stores. But of course you can use the same principles from this example, using your own dynamic music. Now the hunt is separated into 3 main parts and uses 11 stems. Each part has a specific purpose. Part A, I call the journey. It's quite peaceful. Part B, I call the thrill, which ain't scary, but it has a sense of excitement and action. And part C is the terror. This is the ultimate rush of fear. Like y'all just been hunting for gator and suddenly the sucker is in your boat snapping at your moonshine. As always, we use a vertical method, and I will have all 11 stems continuously looping, but I will vary the volumes of each based on events in the game, which I will be discussing as we go. Okay, let's jump into this example using the game Far Cry 3. So first up, we got a few stems playing for part A. Notice I only use 2 stems. Now I could use all stems from part A, but I'd like to save a few to use as cues for the player. Check this out. As an enemy enters our line of sight, we bring in the twang and the bass. This subtle change in the music will inform the player and keep the music interesting. Okay, hang on to your hats. Again, notice I didn't bring all parts C in, and we'll talk about that later. Okay, so you can fade in and out how you want between stems, but I personally find that a quick fade into the intense music and a gradual fade back to the peaceful music has the best effect. And y'all should remember, sometimes it might be best to fade out the music altogether. It's up to you. Okay, so we can hear a wild dog is nearby, so we're going to fade in our twang on bass stems to inform the player of its presence. Obviously the player already knows, but we have the music working in harmony with the sound effects and the visuals. Okay, now here's a bit of action. But y'all need to be careful here. You don't want to be busting out your most intense music just for a little dog or some other critter. In this case, I'm using my intermediate part, which is part B, the thrill. You need to match the intensity of the music with the intensity of the situation. Otherwise, when something real nasty happens, you're just going to be using the same intense music all the time, and you won't get the effect that you want. So that's why I always provide multiple levels of intensity within my dynamic music compositions, so that the developer has a lot to work with. You may have noticed we kept the chord stem of part A still playing as we brought in part B. I'll say it definitely helps to have some common stems to tie all the transitions together. Okay, another enemy in line of sight. Even if the player didn't notice visually, the music has informed them anyway. You can use that method for anything really. You can bring a stem in if your ammo is low, or if you're around some NPCs, or maybe some stems for when you're in the water. You know, the possibilities are only limited by you and the composer's creativity. Okay, so notice soon I'll be using part B when the player is using a vehicle. And at time you can vary the music based on changing the gameplay. You create a more immersive experience, and you keep things interesting. Alright, we're being shot at. This ain't no rabbit puppy dog, so in comes part C, the terror. I'm gonna keep this intensity up as long as them enemies are trying to kill me. But I'll save one stem for crucial moments. Bring in the stem, synth noise, which is damn wild if the player's health gets critically low. Whoa, hear that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Right. back in again, fading that synth noise back in again. So you see we have 3 parts A, B, and C for different levels of intensity, but inside each part we still want room to move and react to the gameplay. Well, now I guess y'all know that I ain't no good at this game. I'll stick to the music and y'all stick to whatever you do. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe to get more of these tutorials. Feel free to ask questions below and check out my music packs on Unreal and Unity asset stores. Cheers, y'all.